everybody. I'm sorry. I did want to mention first off, my grandmother passing was not funny. It's some of the stuff she did was when she was alive was funny. Um, that aside, this is the crime and punishment video I was talking about. I was going to do this on my eyeball camera, but not my eyeball camera. I'm doing it on my eyeball camera right now. I was going to do it on my HP here, but it started wigging out on me. And I'm like, forget it. I'm not dealing with you if you're going to be wigging out on me. This is not I saw it on Yahoo type thing. This is more of Yahoo emailed it to me type thing. This came from Cincinnati, Ohio's News 5 WLWT's webpage. This is dated this past Friday, August 27th of 2010. Excuse me. Gas. It's I don't know who wrote this article, but I did want to share it with you guys and make comments about it. What it is, it's called "Death Row Inmate Can Keep Challenging Execution. Judge rules in favor of Rommel Broom." And this comes from Columbus, Ohio. It says a federal judge ruled that an Ohio death row inmate who underwent a botched execution attempt can continue to argue that a second try would be unconstitutionally cruel and unusual punishment. U.S. District Court Judge Gregory Frost in Columbus said on Friday, August the 27th, that denied a motion by the state to dismiss the challenge against another lethal injection attempt on 54-year-old Rommel Broom. Broom's execution last year was stopped by the governor after an execution team unsuccessfully tried for 2 hours to find a suitable vein hitting bone and muscle with several needle sticks. Ohio added a backup method after the attempt that would inject drugs directly into muscle if an IV fails. Frost said Broom can continue arguing that Broom should have access to attorneys during any future execution attempt. My thoughts this, my question is why? Why couldn't they find, like veins? Did Broom do drugs or something? Or was why couldn't they find it? Were they that incompetent? Were they not phlebotomists? Was there a particular reason why they couldn't figure it out? And get it right the first time? It is one of those things where this guy got tried and convicted, to, get put to death by lethal injection, by a jury of his peers. My thought is, this guy, they should have, done it right. The guy's sitting here a year later going, what did you guys try to do to me? I do think he does have a point that, he does. I shouldn't be, subjected to that either if I was in his shoes. I would be like, could we do another option? Is there a way, in Utah, I know, because I did a video about this previously, that, in Utah they have a thing where they have two ways you can, get killed is by lethal injection or firing squad. And I know I was talking about the guy that, chose the firing squad over the lethal injection. I can't say that I blame him, the guy out in Utah. If I was this guy, Broom, what I'd do is I'd tell him, hey, look, instead of giving me lethal injection, is there a way, you could give me another option, be put to death, gas chamber or something, or firing squad or something, something other than, lethal injection. It's not like you're putting an old dog to sleep, it's like to hear them talk about lethal injection, I think, it's like you're putting an old sick dog or an old sick cat to sleep, or a horse to sleep, it's like you're euthanizing an animal or something that, needs to be put down, like that bear that mauled that guy to death. They euthanized the bear. But yeah, seriously though, if I was this Broom fella, I'd be like, hello, can I have, option B, which is, like another form of, like, like execution, like, I'll gladly go out to Utah and face the firing squad, or I'll go to next door to Kentucky and let them barbecue me on the electric chair, seriously, if you guys can't figure it out, find a phlebotomist, good Lord, get the people from Hawksworth to do it, they can do it, I mean, well, actually, I take that back. The people at Hawksworth can't do it. That's part of the reason why and as a side note, I used to donate blood. There's a reason why I quit. It's because basically they couldn't find my veins anymore. Because, and it's like, well, let me get where you can kind of halfway see it. There's like, I donate blood, because I'm type O blood. Extremely popular person with, the Hawksworth people. My husband's also type O. Believe it or not, one of us is O positive and one of us is O negative. I'm not sure which one's which. I'd have to get my donor card out to tell you which one's which, but, yeah, I mean, it's like they could never find my veins, so it's like I know how painful that can be, and that's, some pretty serious stuff. I mean, because it's like just talking about it makes my elbow hurt, because that's part of the reason why I had to quit donating blood, is they could never figure out where my veins were. I'm like, excuse you, they're in my arm. One of them accused me of not being human. I'm like, hello, I've donated, blood. I've donated blood in 2 states. The people in North Carolina can find my veins with no problem. I don't know what your problem is, because I donated when I lived in Asheville. It's just, one of them things, but I never could figure out why they couldn't find my veins. Seriously. But yeah, as far as this guy goes, I do think, surely there's got to be a way around that, I mean, because, maybe they could find somebody, who, get like a real honest to God phlebotomist, or get one of the teachers from like the nursing school to come over and do it if you can't figure it out, or find a doctor that'll do it, or a nurse that knows how to do it, I mean, surely, come on, if you're going to give this guy lethal injection, figure it out, I mean, there's got to be a workaround or something, I mean, come on, I mean, that's just one of them things that, I mean, I don't get, I don't get why they're that obtuse that they can't figure out how to properly administer lethal injection in Ohio. It's like, come on, all you gotta do is find this dude's veins. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to do it. I mean, if I wasn't so freaked out by needles, and not from AIDS, come on, let's face it, I donated blood. If I wasn't so freaked out by needles and I was a phlebotomist, I can guarantee I'd be like, okay, I'll come over to Ohio and I'll teach you homies how to do it, over there in Lucasville if you've got that much of a problem, But yeah, I mean, come on, I mean, is it that hard to figure it out? I mean, seriously, you know what you do? If you need that much help, have the criminal help you with it, okay? Tell them, go like this, make a fist, and put the little tourniquet thingy up here in the arm, and say, make a fist like a dummy, and, rub some alcohol in the elbow, come on. It is not that hard, I mean, good Lord. I mean, I've done it. I've been at the receiving end of blood donation. Well, I've actually had them take blood out of me, and, I mean, they eventually figured it out, but, I mean, I don't get it, I mean, and that's in Kentucky, and, well, in North Carolina, but yeah, seriously, though, it just cracks me up that these people are like, we can't figure it out, we can't find this guy's veins, blah, blah, blah. What is your problem? I mean, come on, seriously. I mean, it's like one of those things where I just cannot figure out why they, fouled it up, like they couldn't find his veins. Like, who was doing this, like a comedy troupe or something, or, like people from clown car school, or what, Seriously. And, you know, it's one of them things where I just don't get it. I mean, I don't understand why in the world that they just don't, you know, figure it out, you know, and do it right. You know, because, you know, it's just one of the things I just don't understand. But, I mean, I really don't blame this broom fella for, you know, being concerned, you know. Because it's, you know, one of those bizarre things, you know. I mean, if I was him, I'd be like, yeah, you know, like, I want, you know, like, you know, to definitely be protected if something happens, you know, because it's really, truly wrong to have them botch it up, botch it up, botch it up, botch it up, you know, and be, you know, whatever. You know, so, that's just totally wrong. Well, anyway, folks, I'm going to pause here, and, you know, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.